I get to hang out with people that see the future all the time. Consistently and collectively, everyone agrees
Yep.
that half will have this experience of doom and gloom and awfulness, and the other half that actually have the intention of wanting it and wanting to sort of shed and move forward, embrace it, will have an incredible existence. They will have a wonderful future. I'm huge on this, and I might cop some slack, but I think it's a choice at this point. What do you want? Because, and I know that sounds really strange, but there are people out there that are very comfortable in their misery. The comment section is probably going to go nuts, but I truly believe that people are very comfortable in their small misery
Mind.
and or their stressful life because it's almost addictive, the drama, right?
Yep.
And then
Yep.
there's the other type of human who's like, no, I want more. I want
Mm,
more. I want more for myself. I want more for my family. I want to live a life of joy and excitement and fun. And I'm okay with
mm,
the challenges. Bring the challenges on because I'm going to see the best in those challenges and I'm going to learn from them. And that
mm.
mindset is so freaking powerful. So it really, you want to know what your future is. If you're listening right now and many of my clients come and see me and they're like, can you tell me my future? I was like, why?
And what
Why
would
don't
you
we
want
just
to know
create
what's
it?
coming? Just create it. It's like,
Tania, welcome to the Healing Tree Hub. Super excited to have you on board. You are in sunny Queensland at the moment, and I think we're going to have a great chat, but we'll have to excuse the pixelated vision because this was a spontaneous podcast and we really wanted to jump on. Now, Tania, I just want to introduce you a little bit. You're an expansion mentor and a clairvoyant and one of my greatest friends and mentors throughout the years. So it's an absolute pleasure to have you. Second time running on the Healing Tree Hub podcast.
that's exciting.
I think you might be the first second time guest.
There's always a first time for everything.
A first time for a second time. I
A
like
first,
it.
second time for everything.
Now, I've interrupted your beautiful holiday and dragged you into this
Not
Zoom
at
room
all.
because we were having such a cool conversation the other day about how 2026 feels so far with the year of the fire horse, all of the energetic shifts happening. And we just thought, let's get it on camera and share it with the world.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you very much for having me again. It's a total honor and also to be your friend. Like you said, it's very humbling to know that I'm your mentor, but it's funny how the roles have now reversed as well, how you've now become my teacher as well in my growth, which is it's amazing because people don't see that. They think that, you know, that person is their mentor and they've got it, like you expressed earlier. But then what happens is that when that person levels up and they move into whatever frequencies they've moved into, you don't realize how much that then their support for that person too. So it's wonderful how, it just balances each other out. We've shifted from the titles and mentors and, you're an energy healer and I love your work. If anyone hasn't had a session with Sarah yet, you've got to get in there. It's just mind blowing. And my title, like you said, expansion mentor and clairvoyant, that's just labels. We are only giving ourselves labels, but what we can actually give is more than our label. And because we're human, we need an example of what that means. For me, an expansion mentor is somebody that helps people undo their programming conditioning and to live out their greatest purpose, to live out their purpose basically and get through their trauma to be able to live the best life that they came here to be, assist people to assist the next generation to come. I'm very called to work with the children as well, so the parents are very important to me because they're the ones that are going to shape the future generations that really really need our support right now. And by using my clairvoyance gifts and working with the archangels, the angels, I also work with the seventh dimension frequency, the lions, very connected to the felines. I'm now connected to Jesus and God, which is, you know, I've got a big calling for that. Like late last year, I just had this big draw without it being religious. It's not religious. And that's the thing. They've made religion so labeled, like we said, because it makes humans make it make sense. But we don't need
Yeah.
to make sense of anything of what we do. People just need to start trusting the energy, trusting what they're feeling, trusting what's happening, trusting. But there's so much mistrust, especially with what's happening around the world, that people, I believe, are waking up to it all. So,
Yeah.
as much as I'm your mentor, you're mine as well, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to support each other in whatever our gifts are, because we've all got different gifts. Like, I read energy as well. I read people. I read what's coming through, but it's more than that.
Actually, this as you're talking, just so many different avenues are coming up as well as I'm listening to you. But first of all, can I just say, on the Jesus guide conversation, the same thing happened to me. I'm not religious, I'm a spiritualist, as most of us are, and I'm open to all religions, and I embrace my heart to any belief system that people have that has
Mhm.
pure intention,
Absolutely.
loving intention. But halfway through my journey of energy healing, Jesus kept appearing to me. It was the most beautiful thing. He actually helps me clear really big energy that would be perceived as dark. And he's
Mhm.
just unconditional love. And it's so interesting. Sometimes on my posts, in reels and information that I'm putting out there on socials, I'll get extreme religious people telling me I need to find Jesus and Jesus is the only one
Mhm.
that can heal me and that what I'm doing is bad or evil. And I
Mhm.
understand, I don't take much heart to that because I understand that's just where they are in their programming. However, the response I give is I feel Jesus and I actually work with Jesus, and he's actually the opposite to what you're saying. He's
Mm.
unconditional love. He doesn't judge me. There's no judgment from Jesus. He's the most unconditional being I've ever come across.
Absolutely. Like, that's where religion has become distorted. And if the conversation's going this way, I believe that it's something that needs to be spoken about. Religion has distorted everything else. Like, you have to go into that part, politics. It's giving people a belief system that something outside of them can save them. Jesus, God, they're not physical entities, they're energy. But people think it's something that's going to show up for them, and they do. Because when you're open to it, it shows up in all different ways. It shows up in, like, even my son the other day, like you said, we're in sunny Queensland, we're looking at moving here, hence the reason why I got the peeling head. So don't
Don't
get
worry, you're
scared or
so
anything.
blurry at the moment.
You can't
We
see.
can't see the peeling head.
That's okay. He shows up, or he shows up. It's a male energy, masculine energy, I should say. That my son the other day on the beach, he wrote the word Jesus in the ground, and he turns around and he goes, "Mum, look what I wrote." And he goes, "I don't know why I wrote that." That's beautiful, buddy. It shows up in different ways. It shows up by somebody offering you to help you with something. He shows up in different ways in life. He shows up as a person when you're having the crappiest day ever because you subconsciously asked support. So as much as we think that, it's all religion, it's actually not. They just didn't want us to believe that we could assist each other in each other's healing and be there as community or as a soul, individual soul and light, to be able to heal ourselves, to be able to remember who we are as
Yeah,
as individuals and why we actually came here. And this is the most powerful time.
yeah, it is.
Sarah called me because it was my birthday. So to be born on the 17th of February, and have a birthday on the 17th of February 2026, knowing that it was the eclipse, the new moon, the year of the fire horse, the year of everything else. I've got planetary alignments right now. I'm not very big on I am big on astrology, but I don't understand planets right now.
What Chinese sign are you? Do you know? When were you born?
I think I'm a monkey or something.
You're
I'm
monkey?
1980.
I'm
I think I'm a
rat.
monkey.
Yeah, I'm rat. So I'm the opposite spectrum to the to the cycle. So apparently I'm going to have a very intense year. It's not all going to be sugar plums
It's a good
and
one though, because you're a
it is.
Capricorn.
It's going to be
Throws a little
it's going to
bit.
be one of those years that you look back and go, oh my God, everything changed then. Probably not a bad time to launch my membership program, but I think it's going to be much bigger than that as well. But yeah, so it's interesting to see your
Mm.
individual sign and what the year of the fire horse is going to be for the individual sign as well. We were talking about this on your birthday and having this conversation. It's crazy that you were born on the 17th. And that 17th was absolutely wild. It was like one thing after the other was aligning. Like big dates were happening, big appointments were happening, people were having big shifts. It was absolutely incredible. And we
Hmm.
had a good chat, and you were talking about how much you're loving paradise and starting to manifest your year, and we wanted to talk a little bit about what it feels like for very energetic, sensitive people right now. I think none of us truly know. We're just sort of going by what it feels like. But for me personally, it's now when I'm recording this, the 20th of February. And I can't get my brain to slow down. It's like download after download. I tried to meditate yesterday. I did a 2 hour meditation. It was a really cool little place. It's called Vive or something. And it's up in, they're closing down, which is spewing. But they've got all these energetic machines and the frequency machines.
Oh, wow.
I'm tempted to,
Oh, is that the one in Thornbury?
it's in
No,
Eltham.
Vive. Yes, I've been. Oh, they're closing down.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
So I did a 2 hour session and I literally closed my eyes and went, oh, good, I get to be really peaceful and in the moment. No, 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 no. Download after download after download after download. And we're talking like profound. I'm like, I need to get a pen. This is so intense. Just profound insight. And not, I'm like, wow, if the year is anything like this experience continuously, it's going to be a pretty intense year. I think it's because the minute you get your mind quiet, the minute you get peaceful, the minute you get in the now grounded moment, you've just got this pure insight, this channel connecting with you. And
Hmm.
a lot of sensitive people are really feeling it at the moment.
Yes.
If you haven't already, or if anyone listening hasn't already done the shedding to soaring meditation that I put out, I've never had so many people absolutely shocked by their result in that meditation.
Mm.
If you're listening to this, it doesn't matter when, just do it. It's going to help you really get ready for this energy.
Yeah, shedding to
So,
soaring. Is that the one that you sent through? Yeah, I did that. That was beautiful. Like I come out of that just going, like, that was wonderful. It was so beautiful. It really anchored in what it is that we want as well,
mhm.
and how much it's not so much what I got from it was how much it's not about the physical, it's not about the tangible, it's about the energy, because you spoke through that as well. So at first,
Yeah.
my ego mind in that meditation went straight to, oh, the home and the grass, and then all of a sudden it went into all of the energies that I'm going to be able to align with and I'm going to be able to connect with, and all the healings that I'll be able to do. And I keep on getting this. I don't know whether or not it was in that meditation or after or in my sleep. I don't know, but it's kind of like a lot of people's touch are going to be healing. Like it's just going to be like going back to the days of when you touch somebody, you can heal them. It's like our hands,
Yes.
the
It
energy.
wasn't
I
in
got
there. It wasn't
okay.
in there, but what you got was very, very consistent with other people as well. Like the healing's going to be instantaneous.
Healing is going to be the one thing that we will, like someone will be like, oh, I'm just not feeling it. And they'll be able to just lay our hands on each other and just feel that peace and that pain free or whatever that looks like. But it's also what we can manifest in our own lives as well. And
Yeah.
the magic of what we can manifest into our own lives or what we can call in, because, like Dolores Cannon said, which you're very familiar with this work, Sarah, we are the writers of our own story. We write our own book every day. What does that
Yeah.
look like? Like it was interesting because last year we didn't leave the state. We were in the state the whole time. We did day travel, like we did
Mm.
weekend travels and that sort of thing. And I normally like to go away from my birthday because I don't like to be in the hustle and bustle of Melbourne. That's because I didn't write my story correctly in that moment. But it was okay because it allowed me to see what I don't want anymore.
And that's
I
what
don't want the
last year
hustle and the
was
bustle, and I don't want the, you know, exact was to really see and go, you know what, no, this isn't my life anymore. You know, you're familiar because you grew up around the same area. It's just concrete, airports, train stations, like freeways, dark, just dark in Melbourne. So I always knew that we wanted to come up here, and you know, and I had to create this trip again and create the energy that we want to anchor in here before we leave as a family. So when we come back, it feels, you know, it is home. So that's
Yeah,
what we can also have as well. But it's
absolutely.
people just need to, I'm not going to say get out of their own way because that's kind of like old paradigm wording, but we need to know that healing is a feeling. And it
Mm,
doesn't, and I keep on saying this for some reason, it's not something that happens overnight. It's
no.
not something that you do one thing and you move through it. This is what's going to support us, and you know, through this energy, this amazing blaze of fire,
Yeah.
movement, heat,
Yeah.
flame. Like it's what you can take it, but we need to remember to anchor ourselves and support ourselves along the way, because what will happen, we'll go in that tangent of going, oh, I'm all up in my head, but I've lost my heart.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
grounding myself. Yeah, go on.
I'm excited because 100%, this is what I got last night as a bit of a download, that this year is going to be exceptional for many, many people that are able to just stop being perfectionists, stop trying to get it right, stop trying to prepare. Last year was the year of preparing. Last year was the year
Mm,
of analyst. Last year was the year of discovery, right? This
mm,
year, you're done.
yeah.
Are done with that planning and structure and discovering your shadow work, and you are now executing this year. And if you still hesitate, you'll miss boats, very,
Mm,
very important boats. And if
mm,
you also on the other side of that, if you are running a million miles an hour with this energy without being grounded, you will get exhausted and you will have, so it's this beautiful balance on that horse
mm,
that I'm seeing, that you allow yourself to be pushed forward. And for this reason, personally, I made a huge business decision on the 18th on purpose. I went and had the meeting on the 18th because I was like, I want to show myself, more importantly, because that's all that really matters in the end of the day, that I am committed to moving forward with something that doesn't, it's not so much that it scares me. It was a big financial decision for, it was a huge,
mm.
huge investment in my business, which was like,
Yeah,
and I've never done anything like that before. So on the 18th, I chose to show up for myself and do something that scared the crap out of me in a good way.
yep.
And I did it. Yes. I won't
Well
share
done.
personal, but it's absolutely, so already the energy is coming through.
It's
And
moving.
this particular investment I made in my business is actually going to help me to not burn out as
Yeah,
well. So
yeah.
it's really cool. So tell me about what you're excited about this year personally, for your business and for yourself and for your clients.
Oh, a lot, a lot. So just everything. Like I've got a few projects on hand. I'm also in the process of building an app as well. So I'm an entrepreneur as well as a healer. And what I want people to know is that creations can come just by your everyday life. This started back in 2015 when I was pregnant, and you can only connect the dots when you look back. And the aim is to get that up and running, so then that way I can still keep on creating, and I can teach others that it doesn't take $1 million to start. So I really want people to feel into knowing that if they have a purpose and they're looking to create that purpose, you just gotta move. You got to
Hmm.
find the right people to support you and to help you, to assist you basically to move into the next part of your journey. Otherwise, you just
Yeah.
stay stuck.
Yeah.
So clients will receive, you know, of course, an upgrade of me because I'm no longer the same version as I was, you know, 3 days ago or even the day we landed here. Even, you know, who I was last week. I'm not the same person. I feel it. Like I'm not even in my head. That's also because I've done the work to assist myself to get to this part. That
Yeah.
when things are that little bit chaotic, how do you move through that? And we can't teach, I believe, myself, especially with the work that I do. I call myself Xanadu as well. Like, I help people bring to light their plans. They just come. Like Sarah's business. We just spoke about this years ago. And look at her now. Like it's supporting yourself to anchor in what it is that so you can start seeing that bigger picture. So you can, not have burnout, have the calling. So as I was building the app, we were like stuck on where, how we're going to move this process forward to get, the app up and running. It's a financial wellness app as well to grow abundance in your own life and understand your money a lot better. The opportunities that are kind of like that's on this side of the 6 months. So when I did that meditation the other day, I was like, what do you see in 6 months? Yep, it's on this side of 6 months. I was talking with a good friend of mine who's supporting me through the process of building the app. She goes, I know this woman, and she knows this person, that person, and I'm like, we're going to meet her. Let me meet her. And
Yep.
that's what you've got to become. You've got to
Yep.
become that person that knows that who cares what status people are? Like I said at the very beginning, the labels, they're just labels. And that's one thing in my business is I don't really like, there's a label on me at the moment as the CEO and the founder. I'm like, I'm just Tania. I'm just a creator. You know what I mean? I don't care about all that, but we've got to play the role sometimes because we're still living, on the earth plane. And there are still things that we need to play out there, but and it's how we sway into those moments as well, and how we support ourselves through those times. If I hadn't done the work, this woman would have been very big, loud, the title, the everything, and I would have put her on this pedestal, being afraid. I'm not afraid. She's just there to support me through to the next journey. And we
Yep.
need to know that people always show up. It doesn't matter who they are, what they are, because half of them probably aren't even human. They're showing up as, interdimensional beings trying to teach us something.
NPCs or
And
something. Apparently it's not NPCs, it's something
NPC,
else. Like,
not
whatever, you
playing
get the concept.
characters.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
You
fine.
know, you understand. They're smarter than us. They're smarter than us, those kids. I don't care who they are, what they are, but if they can support me on this journey on what I want to create, that's where I'm going. But we also need to pay attention on who we're becoming in that and what we
Mm.
don't want to become.
I don't know. Just as you were talking, something's been coming up, and I don't want to, again, publicly talk about this in detail, but there's been, as my business has grown and as there's been more eyes on what I do, there's also been some people that I've known that have turned into seeing me as a negative
Mm,
thing. And I scratched my head trying to
mm,
figure out what I did wrong or how I could do better or how how I was responsible for their negative view on me and what I do or whatever it is. And I realized, no, 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 no. Now, the reason why I bring this up is
mhm,
because I am so thankful for those really difficult situations because even though it's really hard to hear that people are, saying negative things about you when it's actually not true, that sucks. But even though that's really hard,
mhm,
God, the growth that I discovered I have had because how I would have dealt with that 12 months ago compared to how I managed to go through the process was huge. And I thank that situation so much because it really showed me the growth. It really showed me how fast things are moving, how we're evolving. So even I don't call anyone my enemy, but anyone, your haters, even your haters are going to
mm,
be so powerful and so important for you moving forward because not everyone's going to agree with what you do, not everyone's going to agree with who you are, and unfortunately sometimes if you represent something that they have not achieved within themselves, they will need to put negativity on you so that it makes them feel
yep.
better. Anyway, it came up and I thought this is a really important one because yeah, there's a lot to learn and a lot to thank for those situations.
Absolutely. And those people only showing up in the version of that and highlighting to you of one, how much growth you've actually made in your process and on your journey, but also it's where they've remained to stay. And the people always look different to us, and we feel like they're the haters and we feel like they're the negative energy or whatever. It's because we're now looking back and going, wow, we don't align with these people. What happens is a lot of people keep us in the version that they created us in.
Yeah.
So when they can't control the person that they once created in their own mind's eye, they're not moving forward with us. So the energy will shift. When their energy shifts, we'll feel that energy because it'll be misaligned. It'll be like oil and water. We don't mesh anymore. We don't sit in the same frequency. We can't have the same conversations. We think that they're thinking negative about us, but really that's just them sitting in their own space. It's our
Yeah.
thoughts, it's our emotions, it's our views on what we perceive, because everything's also perception. And that's one thing that I've also learned through this journey of entrepreneurship, as well as, in the healing space and, putting myself out there on multiple platforms. Now I've put myself back on YouTube because I used to be really fearful of that because everyone could find me there.
Yeah.
On the other platforms, it was like, oh, no one can really find me unless they log in.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to be on TikTok and a lot of people don't want to be on Instagram, but everyone's on YouTube. So I
Yeah.
stayed away. But now I'm just like, you know what? You don't like it. You don't like what I have to say. I'm not your audience. I'm not going to remain the same version of you.
Yeah.
You probably just need to step up or get out of the way. But I'm not going to stop because I
Yeah.
had a lot of family, like you said. There was a lot in my experience, a lot of family and a lot of family realizations. I mean, I probably even said this on the first time I was on your podcast. My family still don't ask me what I do. My parents don't even know that I'm building an app still. My
Yeah.
family don't ask about my business. They don't ask about anything. But that's the version that they created of me. It's like
Yeah.
yourself. You've now outgrown the version of what they created of you. And that's like your audience. Just think about the person that you've now become and you've stepped into and you feel amazing about it. And every now and then you talk to these people from, different energies and you have that conversation. You're like, oh, I feel like crap now. I've just got to now keep on moving forward. And the
Yeah.
biggest realization I had so one big one that I had was no one's changing their existence for me. No one's stopping what they're doing for me. So why would I stop for them?
Yeah. That's right.
So never stop growing, evolving, being soaring through where you're supposed to be because you're only just limiting yourself and your future self. And what I can see coming, it like I get emotional because every time I speak to somebody, I see the best and always have, but I see the best versions of everybody. And even if their energy feels shit, I can see beyond that.
Yeah.
And everyone's future or everyone's existence is so beautiful should they choose to move if you wish to anchor into that. It's what you want to take from it. I look at people with that real kind of crappy energy that looks like, shit's hanging off them. But I see beyond that. And the future is going to be amazing, but it's what you choose to look at, it's what you choose to do, it's who you choose to speak to, it's what you choose to watch, even down to what you choose to eat and drink right now. It is so important what we do in this time
Yeah.
because as much as we've shed the old, we still need to keep our bodies like our vessels like clean and beautiful because that's when the visions become clearer.
Yeah.
But for those who are willing to move forward, there is so much out there waiting for you.
It's really interesting that you bring this up because
Yep.
I am in the company of what I seem to think the best clairvoyants, mediums, psychics, healers in the world are, and they're all part of my community. How lucky am I?
Mm,
You're included.
yeah.
And so I get to hang out with people that see the
Thanks.
future all the time. And we all agree the future is unwritten, but there are
Mm,
certain timelines that are quite prominent and quite likely. So it's almost like a percentage thing that's quite likely. And it depends on which direction they move in.
mm,
Consistently and collectively, everyone agrees
yep.
that half will have this experience of doom and gloom and awfulness, and the other half that actually have the intention of wanting it and wanting to sort of shed and move forward, embrace it, will have an incredible existence. They will have a wonderful future. And though there's a real opportunity for you to make a choice. And I'm huge on this, and I might cop some slack, but I think it's a choice at this point. What do you want? Because, and I know that sounds really strange, but there are people out there that are very comfortable in their misery. The comment section is probably going to go nuts, but I truly believe that people are very comfortable in their small misery
Mine.
and or their stressful life because it's almost addictive, the drama, right?
Yep.
And then
Yep.
there's the
Yep.
other type of human who's like, no, I want more. I want
Mm,
more. I want more for myself. I want more for my family. I want to live a life of joy and excitement and fun. And I'm okay with
mm,
the challenges. Bring the challenges on because I'm going to see the best in those challenges and I'm going to learn from them. And that
mm.
mindset is so freaking powerful. So it really, you want to know what your future is. If you're listening right now and many of my clients come and see me and they're like, can you tell me my future? I was like, why?
And why
Why
would
don't
you
we
want
just
to know
create
what's
it?
coming? Just create it. It's like a
Why don't
book
we just get you on a train
that just
track that you
keeps on.
prefer?
Like people that want that answer straight away. Yeah.
It's like, no, no,
Yeah.
no.
It's like, no,
We're gonna
why do you want
create
what?
it.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's like with my work. I can give possibilities,
Mm.
but it's not fixed, especially because timelines move so quickly now.
Oh
But
yeah.
why do you want to know? Like I can let you know that, things need to be, tidied up in places. That's
Yes.
basically what people need. So then that way their path can be clear. And that's one thing that
Yes.
with my readings as well, and also with my mentoring, I set codes. I have the intention of codes and for the person and for their DNA to be upgraded through the session. So when they leave me, they're ready to move. And if they do, it's just in a different form because it's shown up in a different way and they just want to make sense of it. But that's how I set the intention for all of my clients, whether it's the reading or whether it's in mentoring, ongoing mentoring. It's ongoing DNA upgrade codes that we release through the session. So then that way you're not going, I need to go and see that psychic again.
Yep.
We're going to get to a point where people aren't going to need to rely on us. And I'm okay with that because there's so much more coming that, we don't need to worry about, am I
No.
going to make a quid doing readings or healings because everyone's going to eventually be able to be their own medium.
Sorry to interrupt, but I got excited.
No, no, go,
Um,
go.
a vision that came through for me the other day about the
Yeah,
collective. Do you want to hear it?
go.
It just popped up. I had this clear vision of all of these people living sort of in suburbia or whatever, but everyone sort of had a bit more land. It was really interesting and big front yards. And what happened was every single person was responsible for growing a different type of food or producing something. And each front yard had like carrots, or potato man was over there, or this family was in charge of making baskets, or this family was all about filtering the water. And like when someone had a baby, it was like the responsibility of the streets baby. It was like everyone had mini
It's the way
pockets
it's
of
supposed to be.
and yeah, so all the
That's the
kids
way it's
could
supposed to
play.
be.
Yeah, everyone was so each community, each street was like a mini family, even though they weren't related to it. Some were
Yeah.
related, some weren't, but everyone had and they're sure there were still facilities and things that people had to go to, but every like there was a healer in each street, there was a this, there was that. It was I woke up from it and went, oh my God, that's the future. I don't know how far in the future it is, but wow. There was no money in this reality. Money didn't exist.
Yeah.
It was not bartering. It was just like you're the carrot person, you're the potato person, if you're a meat
Yeah.
eater, like they do the meat, they do, and it was just like everyone contributed, so everyone owned everything.
How amazing would it be? Then you have this huge long table and everybody just cooks dinner and eats together instead of going, oh, I'm going to go into my own home because it's 5 o'clock. I've got to have dinner and then no one's talking to each other. That's
Imagine.
that is the future that I would like
Well, it was so real, Tanya. It was a vision. So I wouldn't be surprised if it is a future timeline.
That is a potential timeline that I would love. But it's like we said the other day when you called, I'm creating a life I don't need a holiday from for my family and for my future generations. Create lives that you don't need a holiday from. Why are we, if we're still sitting in that programming of the grind and that sort of thing, it's like that life in a way doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah.
Like if you're moving into a different frequency, you can create different.
Mm.
But you've got to be willing to, have that scary moment to say that, yeah, I'm going to lose a few people along the way, but you didn't really lose them. They'll catch up again.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a few haters out there. And, but that's okay because I'm doing more than them because there's always people that are doing less than you that'll always, bag the shit out of you. Or, you just do it. Travel the world is what we said with my partner. And yeah, travel the world, not have a holiday anymore.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done with that. That life is just so far gone. Like it's just done. It's like the future is coming a lot quicker, and it's what we speak. Like you said before, if you're going to be Debbie Downer and always sick and always, oh poor me, and oh the kids have got colds again, and their bodies are just rearranging themselves. My kids' bodies are healing because they have to. Sometimes we decalibrate, sometimes, to recalibrate. And if we
Yeah.
can change our mindset to all that and go, yep, I've got a headache. Okay, well, how was my day looking today? Did it look a bit like crazy and, and hazy? Yeah. Okay, well, maybe what do I do? Go and have some peppermint. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I had
Or rest.
rest.
It's your body saying,
Your
please
body's saying
rest
rest.
today. Yeah.
And of course, yeah, we have to still live in this, third dimension world, every but it's collapsing and it's fun to watch. It's fun to be part of this time.
It
It's what
is.
you want from it, really. It's whether or not you want to take it, or you're just going to watch all of everyone else's horse pass you by and go, "Oh, why am I still standing here and you know throwing shade on all these people flying past me?"
But I feel like even the ones that choose the other reality, even the haters,
Okay.
even the ones not taking responsibility for themselves and blaming others for everything in their existence, right?
Mm,
That was their soul journey. That's what maybe they chose to actually come and experience. So who are we to say it's
yeah.
wrong, right? Wrong and right is an earthly concept, isn't it? So maybe we just need to
Mhm.
respect that that's where they're at because that's the experience they need to have during this time. They wanted to experience what it was like on the other side of it, and we wanted to experience what it was like
Absolutely.
on the side.
We're just here having a chat and going, you know what? That person over there is just walking past me. Don't know what their life
Yeah.
is like, but
Yeah.
that's their reality.
The more I
It's,
learn in
it's
this, the more I teach and the more I learn, the more I realize I know shit, Tanya. I know
no,
shit, and I'm okay
we
with
all
that.
know nothing. We all know nothing. But you know what? Who cares?
Exactly.
That's where I kind of go back to that place of the labels, the titles, the everything. Who cares? Because we all every day can be a clean slate of whatever. Who
Mm.
cares?
Yeah. Spot on. Every day is
Who
different.
cares?
Every now moment is different. They say that we're shifting parallel realities billions of times a second. Like and it's like
Yes.
scenes. It's like a cartoon flickering of motion of the
Yep.
actual cartoon moves. So they're all single frames. So, and it's so funny because our internet's so
Yep.
freaking bad, I'm watching you like stop in single frames at the moment, and that's what brought this to my mind. But if we are changing realities billions of times a second, we get to actually change it. We actually get to shift. It's only our belief systems and our understanding of what's supposed to be that's locking us in.
Mm, mm. So, and that's what will hold us back from taking in all the energy that's coming for the rest of the year and beyond. I mean, this energy will remain for another 30 to whatever 100 years.
Yeah.
So, different signs and that sort of stuff will take in different timelines in different times. But you're right when you said that we're in single frame, and then it's what you take in that next moment. It's like even the difference between saying, am I going to go left? Am I going to go right? That's how like quickly your life can change. But it is so true. It's the
Yeah.
choices you make to open up different timelines as well. So just quickly to speak on that, last year we decided, which is something that we've wanted to do for quite some time, and that's take our child out of mainstream schooling. And the moment we made that decision, it was like our existence and reality went
That's
and
how it works.
changed. Literally, it was like that. Energy shifted, timeline shifted, like mindset changed, heart opened up a lot more. Different experience started showing up, intense experiences that I needed to shift through. So we need to also, because we are in this energy, we
Yeah.
need to, if you're holding on to other people's opinions or, you know, what they're doing or how they're doing it, and you can't do it because, you know, whatever, they're not going to change their life for you. So it's time you move into the time that you need to be. Otherwise, you'll be stuck. Your life won't move. Your life won't change. If you're always constantly worried about money, you'll never have money
Yeah.
because you're looking at it with, you know, that darker energy. You know, your abundance. Abundance is just energy. Energy is, you know, bigger than us. And that's like we were saying earlier. It's that, you know, divine frequency that comes in that gives us everything. So
That's right.
it's making the decisions to make the big changes to change your reality. We chose not to put our daughter into mainstream school. She started foundation year prep this year. We're like, no, not going to do that. And then we're like, how do we have one child out of the system and the other one in there? How's this going to work? And I think it changed 2 weeks after I spoke to you, I think, on a phone call, Sarah. And you said, just ask, how easy is it to get him out of this system? Show me how easy it is. And guess what? Within 2 weeks, boom,
Yeah.
he's like, Mum, can I only go to school 2 days because he was getting bullied and that sort of stuff. And then from there, he never went back. He
Oh,
said 2 days and then he never went back. He didn't want to
amazing.
go. And we gave him a choice because we're allowing him to use his brain with our support and trusting that we're going to allow them to make the right decisions. He made the choice of saying, yeah, no, I'll be homeschooled. And he's excited, and just the energy that's changed in him. So
Wow.
his future timelines are going to be different.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Making those choices and allowing them to make their future timeline choices as well. But
Yeah.
having the strength in ourselves as the adult and direction to know that we're guiding them in the right way.
You're actually embodying
So,
what you coach, which to me is very, very inspiring because I think as coaches, we're on our own journey, but it's so easy to share information and tell and help someone discover what's right for them. But
mm,
we're the freaking worst for it sometimes, actually reflecting back and going, okay, am I walking the walk myself? Like, am I actually showing up
mm,
for my own personal life? And you're doing that.
yeah,
So kudos to you. You're setting an
yeah.
amazing example for your students, your clients, your friends, your family. And it's very, very inspiring. And I can see really exciting things coming up for you this year. Now, Tanya, I could talk to you for hours, and hence why this
Which
is
we normally do.
which we do. Can you believe it's just been over an hour already? That's nuts. So I'm going to just ask, is there any way that my viewers and listeners can contact you if they'd like to hear more about what you do or are inspired by your story and would like some
Yeah.
guidance?
So you can find me on my website, The Real Tania Piccolo, and also at on Instagram and TikTok. I think I've got the same handles. It's Tania Piccolo underscore the real. And then you can also find me at the real on YouTube. So yeah, I've got lots of places people can find me. And you can also book sessions, readings, and mentoring sessions through my website.
Amazing. And you're absolutely brilliant. I can't wait for our listeners to get onto that. And you've got your own podcast. Don't forget to give your podcast a blog. A
I
blog.
do. I do. It's called Let's Get Real with Tania Piccolo. And yeah, you'll find that on Spotify. So yeah, it's pretty fun. That's pretty fun. That's about
Oh,
everything and anything.
I love it. Get onto that if you want to have a
Yes.
real intense deep dive conversation. You got to listen to this. It's an amazing podcast. So well done.
Yes. And I look forward to having you on in the coming month, very near month. So I'll
Yay, I
have you
can't
on
wait.
mine. I can't wait.
Amazing. Thanks so much for your time and your
All right,
expertise.
Dal.
Really appreciate it once again.
You're welcome anytime, Sarah.
And
I
go enjoy
am very
Queensland.
proud of the person and how far you've come. Yes, and I'm going to enjoy the last day before I come back and live here in August.
I'll come visit you lots and we'll do podcasts in person. How's that sound?
There will be lots of visits. There'll be
Yes.
lots of reasons to visit.
Yay.
Yes,
Thanks, Tanya.
I look
Have an
forward to it.
awesome day.
Yes, you too, and good luck, everybody. It's yeah, hold on to your reins.